Thanks for joining me again. My name's Rachel, and this is episode 5 of Life in Knit podcast. My Instagram is _lifeinknit, and my Ravelry is Rachel1137. Today is Thursday. I'm a day behind. Yesterday just kind of got away with me, so hopefully I get this up tonight after I finish work. I'm going to my day job today, so I'm heading to Major Tom, and so hopefully get this in nice and quick for you and get it all posted tonight. So today is Thursday, September 20th. Already most of the way through September. This month is just flying by. We still have some beautiful weather. It's been like high teens, low 20s the last couple of days and sunny. So went for some nice walks and such with the dogs, which has been really great. Today I'm wearing one of my newer finishes. I finished it just a few months ago. This is the Hideaway Cardigan I did as a test knit for Hook Mountain Handmade. It's got some, you can see it there, really nice, just easy eyelet lace all the way through the sweater. I did mine, it's written for DK, but I did mine in fingering held with Surrey in the same colorway. The little eyelets just give it so much more breathability and wearability, so you can wear it through the summer, fall, spring, basically all the time except for the dead of winter, because you need something a little warmer in the dead of winter if you're like me and just only use sweaters as jackets for most of the year. I was able to wear it on even like the cooler summer nights, and it was the perfect layering piece. I did mine in Fantasy Fibers yarns. This is the Volturi Don't Take Second Chances, and the Volturi Don't Give Second Chances on her Surrey held with fingering. So the enemies deliver fingering, so her sock weight held with her Faded Mates lace, which is the Surrey alpaca. It's so cozy. I love holding Surrey with anything. I think this is like the third sort of Surrey I've already worn. So obviously I really like it. It's definitely one of my favorites. Now, this is the first week that I haven't had any finishes. I finished a swatch. I did finish a swatch. So I finished swatching for the Diaphanous Raglan. It's finally dry. So I gotta do my gauge test and make sure it's good before casting that on. So I'm doing a test knit or most sweaters, I do a gauge swatch. I've got one coming up that I did not swatch for because I'm risking it. But don't do that. It's not a good idea. So this is for the sample from Marie Margaret Fibers. So it's her Take Me Home Tonight on, and sorry, held with fingering. There's a bit of a pattern here. But it's just so beautiful. The halo on that is just incredible. I cannot wait to get this started. It's going to be so pretty. So hopefully that'll be cast on pretty quick here once I figure out if this works. Yes, I know the swatch is still not as big as you're technically supposed to do, but it gives me enough, especially working with the designer I haven't worked with too much, just to know that it's going to work out great for me and for her, because that's the important part. So hopefully that will be getting started really quick here. In normal me fashion, I pulled that off the blocking mats right before I started the podcast. Unsurprising. The other closest thing I have to finish, I've got a half-finished object. It's the Haunted Forest Socks for Elendria Knits. It's released today, so I'll definitely share that in all its glory. Her socks are beautiful. So I finished one and have started the second. I'm getting some pictures of this on the way to work today as well. I chose to do beads instead of the duplicate stitching. It gives you both options in the pattern, but I will do anything to avoid duplicate stitching because that's just extra sewing in my books. So again, Haunted Forest Socks getting released today. It's so cute. The main pattern goes up the back of the legs, and then you get these adorable little gremlin-y guys on the bottom of the foot. So all over colourwork. It goes so much faster than you think it will. She has worked extra easy want for colourwork into the pattern. So there's some extra stitches and everything except for the heel. So the heel is done on less stitches, which is great. Yeah, I did mine in Smudge Stick on Enemies to Lovers Fingering by Fantasy Fibers, and then Peace on the Victorious Sock from West Coast Yarn Co. They used to work together, so they've got the same base still, so they work really well for holding in the same project, because they both meld pretty well. So it's those two skeins together, and they're leftovers from our projects. They were all partially full, so they don't use more yarn than any other sock does. It's just because I'd already used them before. That one is in a bag by Mrs. Brown's Bags. And I think I've had this one for over a decade now. I got it on a day stash from someone else who'd had it for longer before that. So it's definitely a trickier one to get a hold of now. No, she's now Frankie Gray Yarn Co. Maybe you can get it through there. I'll see if I can find something and link it down below. The new start is in a bag I got from Elbell Tree. She's a local maker. I did this one. What she does that's really cool is she allows you to do custom bags, so you can pick the shape and then you can pick every single thing that goes into it. So this one is the one I did with her. It's this moody, faulty fabric that I found in the front. Kind of is where I started it all. And then so you pick the main one, you can pick all of the fittings that go with it. So I picked the deep brass and then the faux leather with like the dark purple straps. And you also get to pick the lining fabric. So I did the top one different. So I did the top and the lining the same. So it's these really cool crows. And then measuring tape for the drawstrings. So it's just super, super fun to be able to pick a bag to be everything you want it to be from top to bottom. And I like supporting local makers. So yeah, it's the Elbell Tree. This bag is gorgeous and huge. And her prices are really, really reasonable, especially for being as well made as they are. I think this one has like 5 pockets in it because there's a zip pocket on the front, there's a pocket there, and then there's 3 inside. So yeah, 5 pockets. Pretty good for a sweater bag. And I have the barest of starts to my Lace and Fade Boxy. This is the one I was bad and did not swatch for. Partially because I know what my gauge is like on Marissa's yarn because I use it a lot. And this is her Love Me Some Pie color. Wait, it's from her Pie Day last year. And actually the little Progress Keeper is from her as well. It came with the Twilight yarn. So she often does little stitch markers, Progress Keepers on a lot of her, like just her clubs and any fun stuff that she does, which is super cool. Stitch markers, stitch stoppers are also from her. But yeah, like I said, I didn't bother swatching for this one because it's an oversized sweater. I've done about 5,000 Hoki designs, so I know where my gauge sits at with her, and I know how my gauge works on Marissa's yarn. So I played it a little bit risky, and I feel comfortable with it. Yeah, it's the two together. It's one I was talking about a couple of weeks ago. I finally got it cast on. So yeah, Love Me Some Pie, and then on her Enemies to Lover, and then Harbinger on the survey is going to be the lace parts on it. So excited for this one. It's going to be so pretty. And it's the one I currently have is a pretty big staple in my wardrobe. So it'll be nice to have a second one that's vastly different. If I'm going to make the same pattern twice, I want it to be pretty different. Because I don't want to make the exact same sweater twice. But that's the best thing about yarn, is that it all looks so different. So you can do different things with the same one. My Scrappy Socks, I finally got a bit more progress on. I have finished the first one, finally. So the first one is Merry and Bright by Yarn Ink. Christmas ones, I'm going to have some Christmas socks done before Christmas, which is fantastic. And I have the barest starts so I can just cast it on my way home from the show last night. Yeah, so I just did plain vanilla socks. So yeah, 10 rounds of ribbing, 5 rounds of stockinette, heel flap and gusset, and then I do 60 rounds on the foot before heading into the toe. I do a little bit more if it's not your standard toe, so I usually just do a standard like wedge toe and do decreases every other round, but if it's going to change at all, I try to do a little bit longer in the foot to try to make up for it. This is another new one. I went a little bit crazy with the cast-ons the other day, but this is a test knit for a knit graffiti. It's going to be her Spiderwebby hat to go with the cowl. I'll pop some pictures of the cowl in afterwards because it's really, really pretty. This one is with a sock set from Rose Hill Yarns. It's Warm Spice. I got this a while ago, so I don't think it's going to be available. She has things for a limited time and then puts them out, but her colors are all really pretty. So you can, if you like it, you can find something probably that you really enjoy. So the main skein with all those really pretty autumny colors on the cream background, and then I'm going to do the color work on it. And it's like a toffee color. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah. Warm Spice from Rose Hill. It's gonna be the Spiderwebby hat. So I think I'm on the last round of ribbing, and then I'm going into the color work. I think it's a 2 inches of ribbing, which I hit like 1 round ago. But I don't like things being in uneven numbers, so I'm doing an extra round or 2 of ribbing. It won't make a big sense and it'll make big difference in the long run, but it'll make my brain happier, so I do it. And everything looks so good in 1x1 ribbing. I am, instead of doing a full skein, doing the sock set with that one, so it'll be the 50 gram for the main and then 20 grams for the contrast. Should be plenty of yarn, not super worried about it. But we'll probably be cutting it a little bit close. And again, I forgot my Forest Spirit shawl in the car. But I'll take a couple pictures and pop those in at the end so you can see the progress. The Forest Spirit shawl is by Knit Graffiti as well. That one's been out for a little while. That one's not a test knit. I am doing it as a sample for Polka Dot Creek and it's knit in the Away We Ride Halloween colorway and charcoal. But I hit another section on it, so it's got the 3 of the stag patterns on there now, so it's coming along. It's getting there. I think there's got one more repeat on 3 and then 4, and then into the big border, which takes up like a third of the length of the height of the shawl, the entire width. So we'll get into some fun times. And then last but not least, I'm still working away on the Bryce shorts. It's the loungewear test for Dragon Horde Designs, and this one is the sample for Marissa, Fantasy Fibers. This is on her Morally Grey DK base, the Yak base, and again, Envy, and then Sleeping Death for the little drawstring. They're coming along. I think I've got like 2 more rounds before I am done the main body of the shorts, and I'll have to try them on. Ooh, in the sunlight it just looks so good. I've already talked to her. I'm gonna steal a big sweater quantity of this one and do a really nice cabley cardigan. It's gonna be the coziest thing ever in that many cables. That's why I've been doing a lot of testing of sample knitting for, because then I get yarn to make a giant cardigan out of. Yeah, that's all of my active projects. Nothing too crazy new. I do have the 2 new ones, which is nice. So you get to see a little bit of variety and working my way through those, which is fun. I'll have that Diaphanous cardigan, or Diaphanous Raglan, cast on next time, so it'll be something else fun and new as well. And hopefully we'll have it finished next week. Yeah, a little sad not to have it finished today after having one for 4 weeks straight. I can't have something finished every week. It's fun. One of these days I will show you around my yarn room a little bit more. It is a complete and utter disaster right now, so we're not going to do that right now. I'm doing my annual pull out all the things, wash them all, and make sure it's all ready for the colder season ahead. I do store them all summer a little bit better, so just going through making sure that everything is clean and good to go from, not covered in dust and re-blocked, because after sitting in a pile for a while it can be pretty creased, and I don't want to pull out a sweater hat and have it be super creased. So yeah, just working my way through that. I've got one on the mats right now, just kind of keeping one going all the time as much as possible. Things can take a while to dry, but I'll get through it. We'll get there, I swear. That's about all the knitting stuff. I actually didn't purchase anything this week as well, which is bad on the shoulder for me. Nothing has come into the house this time, which is great. I came very close with one of the new colorways that Polka Dot Creek put out, which is has whiskey. It's a new like rich brown, and it's so pretty, and would do the best like contrast color or main color with a fun contrast in a sweater. But I have many sweater quantities behind me, and I need to work through some of them that I want to work on and absolutely still love before I can start buying more and be a little bit better with that game. That's what all the knitting that I've got going on. Fun-wise, I lived my teenage self's fantasy last night. I went to go see the Avril Lavigne concert. I brought one of my best friends and my husband with me, and it was so much fun. It was so good. We had terrible seats, which was absolutely my fault because I purchased them, but it was totally worth it. The vibes in there were just so cool. Everybody was so excited to be there, and it was really fun just to have everyone be so excited. She was had the girlfriends and Fifi Dobson open for her, which was really cool, so getting to see them as well. And then they all did song together before the end, which was incredible. So that was really, really cool. They did all the small things, and the whole crowd was freaking out. It was fun. I'll put in a couple of different clips that I got at the end, because you can kind of like feel what's going on in the room, and it's so cool. So that was a lot of fun. Had like a little family date night, and everyone got to hang out, and we did like charcuterie and wine beforehand, and then went down there and had fun there, and then came home and passed out, because I'm getting to the age now where concerts just drain me in the best way, but drain me. And I had worked yesterday morning, so that was fun. It was a little sad to miss Knit Night, because I'm getting like attached to those ladies and what they're working on, so but I'll be back next week and back for all the fun. I am still reading the same things. I finished Rabid by Ivy Asher. It's a great book if you like werewolf and spicy romance type stuff. It's fantastic. I was bad and read ahead of our book club, so I had to skip the discussion this week. I'll plan on looping back in next time. And still reading Here There Be Monsters. I have not been reading much on that one lately, which is sad, so I need to get back into that and finish it, because it's really good. I'm doing my rewatch of The Gilmore Girls for the 50,000th time, I'm pretty sure. It's just such a nice comfort show for the fall. It really makes me feel like I'm getting into the fall spirit, because it's a fall show, let's be honest. Regardless of what season it is in the show, it just gives you those cozy fall vibes. So rewatching that, and then my husband and I are on to the originals still now. I think we're in season 1, watching our way through that. So it's been all over the fall, heading into the Halloween feel, and I am here for it, because fall is the best season, in my opinion. I do like winter too, and that comes after, which is also fun. And then just planning all the things for our Europe trip, which is coming up so fast. Booked on Saturday, got our tickets to the Coliseum, and also managed to get a reservation at Armand del Pantheon, which is the restaurant I really wanted to go to in Rome. So I'm really excited. That was a very successful day. Sent my husband to get the tickets to the Coliseum while I made the reservation. So we managed to get both for the times that we were hoping for, which is very exciting. So that's all booked. We've done most of the booking for Florence, and working our way through Venice right now as well. So we're booking most of the main things that we really want to see, and just trying to leave at least a little bit of room to actually just explore and figure things out. I am being the ultimate tourist in booking at least one rooftop restaurant or bar in every city. trying to do sunset times, except for the ones that I really can't afford, in which case we're going for lunch or cocktails. Some of the cocktails are at sunset though, so best of both worlds. Because, well, they're incredible and totally worth the money, is just not in our price range. So book the experience and get to enjoy it and still not die from the cost of it is my goal. So really excited for some of those. We're going to hear back from a couple of other places that we really want to check out and slowly working our way through there. So things are about half booked now. We've booked all the major things that we really want to do, which is exciting. And spending my husband's money is so much more fun than spending my own. Love you, Annie. Yeah, so that's been mostly my week. Nothing else crazy is going on here. It's the normal day-to-day life. So, yeah. Thank you again for stopping in. Really enjoyed you taking time out of your day to check out what's going on in mine. Hopefully I will have a little bit more progress next week on some of these projects, and so excited to get that Diaphanous Raglan cast on. So keep your fingers crossed that the gauge is spot on for me, or at least close enough that I could figure it out. Yeah. Thank you again, and hopefully you get a chance to sit down and make something and enjoy yourself today. Thanks. Bye.